Hey friends, it is Charles here, and today I want to talk about a back issue. This back issue is one I got from Acadia Comics on their latest sale. I got it for 49 cents. It's from way back 2003. It is The Punisher number 22, Brotherhood 3 of 3. So this is the finale of an arc. And, one thing that I noticed right off that I loved is the actual rendering of Frank Castle. Very dark, brooding, photorealistic. Just gives the air of you don't want to mess with this guy. He is not to be effed with. And another cool thing is it is written by one of my personal favorite writers, Garth Ennis. You may know him from The Boys. I got familiar with his work through the Jennifer Blood series, and he is currently writing Get Fury, which is a Frank Castle, Nick Fury crossover that takes place in Vietnam. And it is violent and bloody and disturbing in all of the best ways. I did a review on this channel if you want to go back and look for my review of Get Fury and my thoughts on that. A great book. I can't recommend it enough. It's new enough to where you may be able to get number one still. You may be able to. But even if you can't get number one, jump on it. You will not be disappointed. But this, like I said, is the ending of an arc, and though you don't get the full story. Back in these days, I personally noticed that you could pick up a book, depending on where you're at in the story. If it doesn't have a prelogue, it may, it fills in the blanks pretty good, and you can get enjoyment out of one book. That's something that nowadays is like you get a book and you might get a story beat, but you don't. A lot of times you don't get the story or even a satisfying story. But this, it jumps right into the action. You start off with a scene at a battered women's shelter. This bully on the other side of the door, beating down the door, trying to get to his ex-wife, to his wife, who he is beating. And Frank comes in, and yeah, he intimidates the guy, and he doesn't kill him. He decides to follow him. And like I said, even though I have been reading the story up to that point, you get to know the characters and how they relate to each other very quickly just from the action that you see. You get introduced to the scumbag wife beating cop. You get introduced to, this shady priest character. Frank is following him, so there's evidently something going on that Frank has been monitoring. And, as it so happens, the cop has a partner who is mixed up with some drug dealers, some mafioso type guys, and they're trying to put the squeeze on him to get a hold of some drugs. And it's like, the brown haired guy, he's the shady wife beating cop, and that's his naive partner. And you get to see layers to the character. It's like, yeah, this dude's a scumbag and a shithead, but he has certain lines that he will not cross. He will not, be corrupt. He will not steal drugs from lockup. He'd rather try to pay the mobster off with his own money. And he really cares deeply about his young partner. And another cool thing about back issues is you get these off the wall ads like this. What is this? What's going on? There's no words. What's going? Oh, what? Oh, that's what that is. Ad for Primal, the video game. But this whole time, Frank is just watching this from the outside. Following this cop and his partner, and the cop he goes in, leaves his partner out, tries to pay the mobster off, but finds out that the corruption doesn't just stop with his partner. And, there's a whole shootout, and, Frank comes in and he does what Frank does. But in the whole process of this, the two cops end up dying, and, being buried as heroes, so to speak. And, Frank is just kind of there in the shadows. They took down the bad guys. They died in the process. Um, Frank, he, took out some mobster scumbags. And I'm really looking forward to seeing where it goes. I have some further issues from this run. But yeah, this is just an enjoyable book, even though it's just a part 3 from 3. You get a lot of story. And I mean, for 49 cents, you can't beat that. You can't beat that. And so, like I've said before in other videos, even if you're not going to purchase from Nucadia, go to nucadia.com, get on the mailing list, and you will get emails when they have these great specials. And on top of that, with every order that you get, they send out rebate coupons that you can stack on deals that they have on the website anyway. And you can stack and stack and stack these deals. I got 20 something books for like $20. And then also Midtown Comics, they'll have rare flash sales where you can get great deals like that too. And I'm always going to keep you hip to any sales going on with Coffee and the Comic. That's where I get my brand new books from. All the new stuff that you see me reviewing on this channel is from Coffee and the Comic out of Huntington Beach, California. So that has been my thoughts on the Punisher, Punisher number 22, Brotherhood 3 of 3. If you can get a hold of it, get a hold of it. Anyway, you guys be easy. Keep buying them books, and I will see you next time with more comic book content.